right, let's head over to the Columbo files. This week on the Columbo files, so this is a brand new segment, guys. So I have been watching a lot of Columbo lately because I really like Columbo. And I was struggling for a minute about whether or not these are something I should be reviewing on the show here. After all, I'm sure a lot of you are saying, it's a TV show. Well, Columbo is somewhat unique in the world of TV shows in that it's actually a series of TV movies that were originally part of the rotating mystery movie format. So each episode of Columbo is a movie, and if I'm reviewing every movie ever, eventually I'm going to have to review every Columbo, and that's what the Columbo files are all about. We're going to start with Double Exposure. This is a 70s episode of Columbo. You're going to find as we do these that there's sort of two sets of Columbos. There's the 70s Columbos and the 90s Columbos when they brought him back. This is the 70s. The villain in this is Robert Culp. If you are already familiar with Columbo, then you know that typically the way this works is they get a television star to be the murderer. In this case, it's Robert Culp from I Spy. Culp plays a guy who makes industrial movies, and what we mean by that are those sort of like, the sort of movies that are either like kind of how-to things or are usually made for a private company to show off like their cars or factories or to instruct their employees or whatever. Culp has ideas about subliminal messagery, and he uses his subliminal messagery to kill a dude. Now, I'm sure some of you are howling spoiler. Well, you guys, you don't know how Columbo works. Part of the innovation of Columbo is that you see the murder in the first 15 minutes. These are not whodunits. The beginning of every Columbo movie is watching the murder happen. And then the fun of it is watching Columbo figure it out, piece together the clues and figure out what's going on. Columbo, of course, likes to pretend to be kind of a bumbling detective to put people at ease. All the while, he's shrewdly figuring things out and manipulating people into telling them things they might not otherwise. I liked this one a lot. I don't really have a ton to say about it. Culp is not a favorite star of mine necessarily, but he's good here. It was fun for me, obviously, to see some of the behind-the-scenes, film work of that time, working on the old editing beds and working with the projectors and stuff. And the clues as they're strung through are pretty good. Culp is pretty good. Peter Falk is, as always, tremendous as Columbo. This is a real solid one that, while not being particularly unique or something towering in its own right, is a really solid Columbo. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars.